Now that you bought your Soleus 1.0 GPS, we're going to go ahead and set it up now. It's a pretty simple process. What we're going to do is use your mode button, which is your bottom left button down here. We're going to use that and click it over until you see set mode. You know set, and it's going to start to blink on you. What it does is it jumps over to the set inside the set mode, and you're going to see auto lap. Auto lap is blinking, but we're gonna change that part in a minute. Well, first thing we need to do is press the plus button, which is the top right button. I'm going to press that and go all the way up to the mode. You're going to see units. When you see units blinking, you're going to go ahead and press enter, which is the bottom right button. Just like your computer, you got to make sure you enter something. The default coming from the factory is going to be under kilometers, so you can change these to either miles or kilometers. So depending on where you live, you need to make sure you change that part. I'm going to change ours over to miles. Once I do that, I got to press enter. Once we've set units, let's just go ahead and go forward. Use the plus button again. We're going to go to time mode. I'm going to go ahead and press enter. We're going to go to time 1. There's 2 time modes on here, so if you go between a couple of different time zones, you can set both of them up. Time 1 is blinking, so we're going to go into that. So I'm going to press enter. And you have a choice of auto or manual. Auto makes it to where you can set your specific city or time zone. And there's 106 cities, so you'll have to scroll through those and find your time zone. The manual mode is just setting a manual time, and you can do it that way. I'm going to go ahead and press enter on auto because that's where I want to go into. This one's already set up for U.S. Central Time, but as you see as I scroll forward, you've got some different time modes in here with they're usually airport codes. So I'm going to go backwards here, set it for U.S. Central because we're in the Central Time Zone, and press enter. You're going to see DST on or off. You want to make sure it's on right now because that's daylight savings time. So I'm going to change that to on. Press enter. You can change this as well to 12 or 24 hours. The 24 hour would be like your military time. Some people like that. I'm going to leave it on 12. Press enter. So notice every time I'm doing something, I change it, I have to press enter, just like your computer. Set month and day, that's what that is. You can change it to the readout will be day and month or month and day. Just all depends on your preference there. I'm going to change that. So we changed the first time. Now we're back on just regular time mode. I want to go back into that. Press enter. And I want to change it to time 2 and press enter. And then we have the auto is flashing once again. I'm going to go ahead and go into auto mode. Right now it's set on London time. You can go backwards, set it on just anything that you would like. I'm going to set it to Eastern time. Press enter. Turn the daylight savings time on and press enter. Leave it on 12 hour, month and day, and the time. So we've set the time. So once we've set the time, we're going to go ahead, go forward, press the plus button. So auto lap, I'm going to go into that, so I want to press enter. You can set the auto lap to do either half a mile all the way up to 5 miles or even off. I'm going to set it to 1 mile. What that means is every mile this watch will light and beep, and you can look down on the watch and it'll show you your average pace for that previous mile, and then it jumps right back into your current pace. You'll be able to see all of your splits on the run data mode, and we'll show you that later. So I'm going to set it to auto lap 1 and press enter. Alert, I'm going to turn that on so it will alert you every mile. Press enter. So we've done auto lap. I'm going to press and go to the next thing. This is an alarm just like your regular wake up alarm. We won't change that right now, but if you wanted to, you press enter, put the time in and enter, and you're ready for that. Ketone, that is every time you press a button it beeps, and every hour it's also going to beep and let you know it's the top of the hour. That's just preference, turn it on or off. I'm going to leave mine on, press enter. Contrast is the contrast of the screen. The factory settings are pretty much on, but you might want to have them a little darker, a little lighter. Just depends on what you want to do with that. Night mode, we're going to go into the night mode. I'm going to turn it on. That means anytime between 6 p.m. and 7 a.m. if you're using the watch under GPS and the chronograph, you will have the functions are all of the lights, all the buttons on here will function as a light button as well as activate that button. So if you press the start button, the light will also come on during that time. So I'm going to turn that on. So we've done that part. User mode, this is where you're going to change if you're male or female, your weight, height, and that's the part that will do the calories for you. So we're going to go into that. So we're going to change it to male. Go back whatever age you are. Enter. Put your weight in. Enter. Put your height in. Change that. So anytime you change something on this watch, you have to make sure you enter it. So now it's going to be able to calculate the calories as you're running. So let's go to the next thing. You press the units, which we've already done. So we're pretty much set up on the watch. All you have to do now is just press your mode button. It takes you right back to time. And this is set for US Central, so it's the time is correct. Now, once you set this thing, if it doesn't have your current time on it, once you grab a GPS signal, it will change the time and the date and make it current.